Opposed?
Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Do you want to be on the fire department?
I was over Gilmore for 12 years.
It's bound to come up.
That might be a story. Next, we need a motion to approve the appointing of Chris Euban as our new street department superintendent, effective November 24th, 2014.
Yep.
No, Chris, we do give him a hard time every now and then. Chris has been training under Leroy as Leroy's assistant for, what, a year now?
Just about here.
Yeah. And I think a lot of good information's been passed on, and Chris has been, I think Leroy had every confidence in Chris, you know, when looking at where to go for as far as the future for the street department. He served on the safety committee and helped implement some new safety measures with the street department, and just been really good to work with and through the interviewing process and everything.
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You can still call Leroy once in a while, can you, in case you...
What's that?
You can still call Leroy in case you can't remember something.
I can try it. I
Find
promise
something
to get
anyway.
an answer.
We keep threatening him the first snow we're gonna call him,
Wake him up at 2 a.m.
and he said you can call all you want.
Yeah.
So Ricky is Andy's replacement, and then we're still looking for someone when
For
Another general-
for Leroy,
another person for the department when Leroy officially retires.
potentially. We still have to figure out if there's going to be a transfer in-house
sure.
before the positions.
Okay.
And we advertise it as 2 positions because it was 2 positions that are vacant on the street department, but there might be an internal transfer
Okay.
that occurs. We just need to.
You may need to hire somebody, it's just a different position.
Yeah, it might be in
could
sanitation
possibly.
or
Okay,
Somewhere else, yeah.
okay. Thank you.
And next, we need a motion to approve the appointment of Ross Newton to the Humboldt Fire Department. Is he are you a sponsor, Tony?
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Keep getting bigger
Can you
and bigger.
speak highly for him at least?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Ross's dad was on the fire department for well over 20 years. Ross's brother is on the fire department now and serves us in Humboldt here and in Fort Dodge, so we get a lot of valuable information from him. Steve Illig retired after right around 21 years of service to the city. So Ross's name was brought forward, and we bring him here to you tonight for approval.
Move to approve. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations on the fire department. So,
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
we're at full staff now then, Tony?
Yes, yep. Well, no, actually.
Oh, no.
No, we won't even go there. About a week ago, we did, Kent Clinton and retired, just retired, so actually, we're gonna be looking for one more.
Hey, right here.
So,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-109. The resolution approving the vacation and sale of a parcel of land located in the southeast quarter of Section 34, Township 92 North, Range 29 West of the 5th PM, Humboldt County, Iowa, containing 3.82 acres.
One thing I would add on this, I'm looking at the resolution. Did you put in a provision that this be subject to?
No, that wasn't part of the deal when I left.
The resolution should be modified to include, if the council wants it to be subject to
City
voluntary
annexation.
annexation, then that needs to be mentioned as part of the resolution because it is currently drafted. I didn't tell Corey to include it, so
That's probably
it's
the
my
best.
fault for telling you.
That's probably the best way to proceed, isn't it, with the annexation?
Just to have it go through, and then I think it's going to be the easiest because if you have it as some sort of provision that's outstanding, the voluntary annexation process is kind of painful, but it needs to occur at some point anyway. So
We need to make sure it's included in this before we release a sale.
exactly. So it can be contingent upon annexation.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis.
Right.
And you'll show that and change the wording to show that. when you work it.
Yeah.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-110. A resolution approving contract change order number 3 with Hobie Construction Incorporated, Fort Dodge, Iowa, for the Sumner Avenue Sidewalk Improvement Project for a net increase of $4,526.55.
The anti-graffiti covering will help protect the stain on the wall from vandalism and will protect the wall from wear. Strongly recommended by DOT in areas similar to this wall due to problems matching the stain coloration when it's repaired if there is any vandalism to it. I guess, did you have anything else that was?
Not any more than that.
Okay.
That we got.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of consideration with DOT on this, and you know, with the different tones that are in it, it's just almost impossible to match or to get somebody back down to repair it. They would know how to do something like that. I mean, I think that company's out of Fargo,
No,
Minnesota.
right outside of Minnesota, Prior Lake, I believe.
Oh, Prior Lake. Okay. So, pretty specialized work.
This is just for the sidewalk.
This, yeah,
This
just
is
the-
not the bridge.
No, this is just
Okay.
the retaining wall.
That'd
The
be
part
done this year.
that's exposed. They can complete it this year.
Yes, they were hoping to do it last week, but with the weather they had, it wasn't, they actually had to have the temperature of the wall and the humidity, it doesn't stick very well for this coating on it, and they're hoping they'll be in contact when they come back down to do it. They're hoping that, they got some projects in southern Iowa, and they're hoping it to hit right on the way through. It should take 4 to 5 hours to do the wall, so it's, that's how they're proposing to do this. They're kind of set back from the weather that we've had this last week.
Move to approve.
Second?
Roll call vote.
Slater?
Aye.
Scholl?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-111. A resolution accepting the project as complete, approving pay estimate number 2 final from Fort Dodge Asphalt Company of Fort Dodge, Iowa, and the amount of $5,170.64, and authorizing payment 30 days from the date of this acceptance for the Humboldt Municipal Airport Runway Pavement Rehabilitation Project.
Again, this is a grant project through the state, so it's a 10% match. The pavement project is complete. The runway looks great. The estimated project it's estimated that the project will add over 5 years usable life to the surface. And as you'll see later in the council meeting, there's a consideration for an addition with blacktop service of the same type of slurry seal, working in conjunction with Fort Dodge Asphalt, so it gives you an idea of what that surface looks like when it's complete.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Scholl?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-112. A resolution approving pay estimate number 1 from Sand Construction and Supply Company of Humboldt, Iowa, in the amount of $27,612.84 for the Humboldt Municipal Airport Conventional Hangar Building Construction Project.
The hangar project is still working in the ground, but the building is ordered. The building will come together quick once it arrives. It's just a matter of getting to the point where it was ordered, so we got that order placed. The biggest concern is really getting the building up so that the helicopter from Mid-American can go into it. Sand is working under the knowledge that needs to be met as far as the deadline.
Move to approve.
Second?
Roll call vote.
Rusher?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Scholl?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-113. A resolution approving contract change order number 1 for Blacktop Service Company of Humboldt, Iowa for the roadway system maintenance project for a net increase of $7,935.
Do you want to kind of give a rundown on this?
Yeah, I
'Cause
can.
There's several kind of moving parts
Yeah.
going on with this.
The change order is for doing slurry leveling of the joints on a number of the roads out in the Northwest Industrial Park area. 19th out there, the joints are depressed, 12th, the joints are depressed. What we're gonna do is just slurry seal those joints to level them. And then on 12th, instead of doing all the patching on all of the joints there, we went back and looked at them with Bob and everybody. We're going to slurry level and then chip seal on top of that along 12th right there. Just taking the patching out of that road right there for those joints is a saving of almost $5,000 right there. So with $73.95, whatever the change order is here, we're only, it's a very insignificant changeover on the threshold of the project to add in, what's the road that goes by their office there? North and south from 12th. We're adding in that one, we're adding in the road that goes west, out all the way to 19th and then all the way down 19th also on the industrial park there. So we're adding in a significant number of blocks there for a very small amount of money just by removing the patching out of those areas and using a slurry leveling of the joints instead.
Could you just explain that for the people, what a slurry seal?
A slurry seal is just, it is exactly what they did at the airport actually. It's just a very thin layer that you can smooth out, and it's a very rubberized type layer. It works pretty, it's not a patch, but it seals everything that's underneath it, so you don't have the freeze thaw issues that you have in the past. It does the same thing as a chip seal. It's more expensive than a chip seal, but you're able to level with it when you have a depressed joint in a small area. Over a large area, you can't level with. You'll still feel all of that. Where if you go in and you do a 2 to 4 foot wide swath there, they're able to level the joint out, and then we're going to go through and chip seal the entire road just like we're doing all through town here right now.
It's kind of an interesting thing. It's like a mixture of concrete and asphalt.
It's an emulsion with a modifier, and there's a whole bunch of different. There's a list about this long of the ingredients that get in it, and
Is that what we did on the road coming out of, down on Second Street?
No, that was a little different. I think
Okay.
Bob Wagner used, did he ever tell you about
yeah,
Second
he did
Street?
a chip seal is an unbinding agent, and then seal the top of it to act as it's the way of using a high polymer asphalt. He used a chip seal to act as that just for cost purposes, to show how it would help in maintaining the cracking on that road in that area right there. You can get the same thing with a high polymer slurry seal as you can with using it as a base in there. It's just significantly cheaper, but it's not a DOT approved method. It's something that the Asphalt Association is working on, is what they did on that down by Leroy's house there.
Okay. Sounds like a
Move to
good
approve.
deal. Okay.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Thank you.
Davis,
Aye.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye.
Next, we need a resolution approving pay estimate number 1. Excuse me. We need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-114. A resolution approving pay estimate number 1 with Blacktop Service Company of Humboldt, Iowa for the roadway system maintenance project in the amount of $199,507.59.
Blacktop's completed a large portion of the patchwork across the city. They've also completed several streets with seal coating, and obviously they're in there still today. Concrete work continues to be slow going due to delays from weather. And Blacktop pulled off the end of last week also due to weather. The weather got a little too cold.
Yeah.
60 degrees is the threshold for
It's
seal
60
coating.
degree pavement temperature for the application of that emulsion that they spray down first. So they got to really watch the temperature there. They can, as long as it's rising, 50 and rising is what you're looking for on it with the ingredients that they have in there. That, and it can't be wet at all. So after they get it down to get the rock on, it can rain. It doesn't affect it because there's no more than 30 seconds really where that from the rock, that the time that the emulsion is sprayed before the rock is spread there. Afterwards it doesn't affect it, but they have to make sure they get that on there right away with no moisture on it. And it's well over 90% of the patches are complete through town. The only ones that they really have left are the areas due to the curb and gutter through, and you notice a lot of the curb is not done yet. We're sitting at 20%, 20-25% is all in that area right there.
During the work session, the council members were talking about that. Do you want to, I guess, talk about your efforts to get Heliseth to?
Yeah, we can. Heliseth's a pretty small crew. I believe they do really good work. We like the work that they do. We've never had an issue with it. they were up working on another project and under blacktop service also. And so I think it's where they're pulled by their general contractor. And he's gonna come in and attempt to get as much done as he can. He's not gonna leave anything open through the winter. I would be very surprised if it is done this winter, or this fall, before the freeze sets in. After it freezes, we're pretty much shut down for the winter, of course, so.
They do plan on coming back, at least finishing up.
Yes,
what
yep,
they've
there won't be
done anyway.
anything that is, we'll get everything, we'll make sure everything is patched up before winter. There won't be any rock patches or anything like that. We'll make sure we get all that thrown back in. If it's getting close, then that gets finished before we go any steps farther on it. They had some struggles early on, just getting somebody in to get removals out in front of them, so they were doing removals as they were doing the placement of concrete, and it was pretty slow. They're not a very big firm by any means, you know, there's usually 3 to 4 people, mostly 3, all the time out here, so. Like I said, we want the work done right is our big concern there. Timing is also an issue, but sidewalks have been closed down here for quite some time right now, so I'm sure there's some concern on that, and I mean, we can have them finish that up before we go further if that is what the council would like here. I can relay that onto them to get all these the sidewalk patches put back in and attached back to the existing sidewalk system before we move along any farther in the project. Just make sure we get it patched up. Winter's getting here awfully fast, it seems. So.
I think that's kind of the council's wishes,
Yeah.
is
Okay,
to get that
sure.
finished up.
I'll make sure they know that, and we'll make sure that gets taken care of.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis.
As long as we're talking about roadways and stuff, Nick, where are we at with the Jetco project and stuff? Are we anywhere closer on that project or not? With up around Jetco there and stuff on the, getting in someone in to do that tiling work and stuff up there, is that?
On the storm sewer?
The additional work for the roadway project with blacktop.
We've been pushing Bob on that, as far as getting a number. We haven't received any numbers back from Blacktop Service. I met with actually Reddings today to tell them about it, so that way I'm gonna let Bob know that we've talked to Reddings on it here to supply a number of Reddings. We went and looked at where to place the intake, how deep the structure is on the other side of the road and so forth. So we're just really waiting back for some numbers from the contractor to proceed on this. It's a little bit out of the scope of the existing project.
Sure, right.
So, Reddings, we were in town on another situation, so we just met there and kind of went over for 10, 15